Every week, I grill Fiverr sellers who have signed up for my no-nonsense Fiverr gig audit on just how bad their Fiverr gigs are, and generally, I don't hold back. Now, normally it's newbie Fiverr sellers with little to no experience, but this week it's different. I've picked 3 successful Fiverr sellers, each with over 200 plus orders secured and over 12 months working on the platform. These are well-established sellers. Therefore, there shouldn't be a lot of problems that need fixing, right? Well, spoiler alert, there are. And if you want to have your gig constructively roasted, then the link's in the description. Otherwise, let's meet our first victim. Okay, first up on the chopping block, we have Ali. Now, he is a professional WordPress website designer and development expert. Great. Profile picture's strong. I like it. All good. I don't like the start of the about me. Greetings. Who are you greeting? Get rid of that. Absolutely hate it. I'm Ali, a passionate WordPress expert with 5+ years of experience. I specialize in designing SEO optimized responsive websites and high converting WordPress websites using Elementor Pro. Whether you need a new website or a redesign of your website, a WooCommerce store, or a Figma PSD to WordPress conversion, I've got you covered. Okay, cool. So you are listing a lot here. Then you go into my expertise. Generally, this is okay. I would say this is quite long-winded. Instead of having all this like bullet points of my expertise are this, that, and the other, I would probably paragraph this better. And really, you just want to tell people who you are, your experience, and why they should choose you. That's pretty much all you need to do with the About Me section. This now is kind of a little bit more like a bullet point list, which is not the direction I would go down. And one thing I noticed straight away, so Ali can do all of these different things, okay? He uses Elementor Pro, he can deal with Figma, he's got all of these different expertise and skills. However, if we look at his gigs, they are all based around WordPress. So he has 4 gigs in total. And as you can see, we have 96 feedback on this one here, 50 feedback here, 12 feedback here, and this maybe is a newer one. But generally, do you see anywhere here the word Elementor in any title? It is all very much design WordPress, build WordPress, revamp WordPress. So actually, this is a big keyword that people are using. So for example, if you type in, let's go to Fiverr, let's go Elementor. So pretty much we should be able to find people fix Elementor issues in 1 hour. Even this guy right here, 300 reviews, only $20, but generally this could be an option that Ali could go down just to actually expand his gigs. We have Figma to WordPress here. So we have all of these different options where Ali is not really focusing on that. He's purely focusing on WordPress. So straight away, I would say it's time to expand your gigs. You know, expand in different areas of your expertise. And as we can see, you have a lot of expertise. Now, the thumbnails in general are pretty strong. I like it when people brand. Yeah, a brand always makes you look a lot stronger than those who don't brand. So he has branded with his style and his photo. However, and this is the however, there's a difference between branding and uniformation and just duplicating the same thing. Now, the reason I say this is because if we actually look on his gigs, I'm just going to click on 2 here. If we look at the categories, he's in WordPress, website design, WordPress. Now let's click on another one. Website development, WordPress. Let's click on another one. Website development, WordPress. Okay, so these two right here are in the exact same category. Now, if you were scrolling past this, actually, in fact, the thumbnail is exactly the same. I've actually just realized these 2 thumbnails are exactly the same. So there's no point in this. So especially if you're going to put yourself in the same category, because essentially what you're doing is you are ranking your own gigs against each other in that same category. And that's fine. You can do that. Even I have some gigs which are in the same category. For example, I have, I think, 3 UGC gigs all in the same category, but the thumbnails are different. And the reason for this is because it's a little bit like A/B testing, yeah? Let's say there's a potential buyer, they go into that category, but they scroll past your first one. So they scroll past this one here because, you know, they weren't attracted to the thumbnail. It's only your thumbnail, your title, and your price, which is potentially going to get people to click onto your gig. So they scrolled past this one. Oh, and then they see you again. Well, of course they're going to scroll straight past you again because they've already recognized you the second time now. They're like, oh, the same gig has popped up a second time. Like, I already rejected it once. Why am I going to click on it a second time? However, if you have your thumbnail different, okay, branding is in regards to the fonts and the colors and your picture. That's absolutely fine. But if you have them different, there's a high chance then we are now A/B testing. So there's a high chance that the same client will scroll onto the second page and see your second gig, but because it's a different thumbnail, they'll be like, oh, let's click on this guy. This guy looks good. And it might attract them. So again, A/B testing, okay? Especially if you're in the same category, don't use the same thumbnail because otherwise you're literally just putting up the same gigs 2 or 3 times. And it's pointless because you're not going to catch that same buyer on the second time or the third time. So I hope you understand what I mean there. So branding and uniformation is good, but duplicating the thumbnail and just changing a little bit of the word is not the best way to go. So let's now click onto one of his gigs here. So we have, I will do WordPress website development, design and redesign. Okay, cool. 1 page WordPress landing page, 1 page responsive. Okay, cool. Right here, straight away. You're a level 2 seller, decent amount of reviews. Why are you offering unlimited revisions? Okay, I've spoke about this previously many times. Unlimited revisions make you look like an amateur. It makes you look like you can deliver the work, but the buyer will need unlimited revisions for you to actually get it the way they want it to be. It's not a good way to go. 2 free revisions maximum, okay? So get rid of this unlimited. If you want to put unlimited, then do it on the premium package, not on all of them, okay? When we come to the branding, so the first thing a buyer's going to see is going to be your thumbnail. We see it here. Of course, you can now take this to the next level because, and this is the difference between, say, established Fiverr sellers, because you've already got to this level. You've got orders. Now you're going to implement different things that newbie Fiverr sellers would not be implementing yet. Okay, so now you need to start building yourself. For example, you can add a video and you can actually create a video. Dude, you're making money, okay? You are making money. If you don't have camera equipment, then rent out a studio somewhere in your city. I guarantee there is one. You can pay per the hour. Create your scripts pre-hand. Go in there for 1 hour. Record all of your videos and then send it to an editor, all right? You need to start advancing yourself now, okay? So create yourself a video and actually talk about your gig. So on the video, you should have a different video for each gig as well, all right? Just remember that. But on the video, it should be like a possible hook point for the client, then a little bit about yourself, and then possibly your experience. But to be honest, the main thing in the video, I want to see your previous work, okay? This is going to be a great opportunity to see your previous work. And then at the end, a little bit about the gig, okay? So what people are going to expect if they order this gig. Because right now, all we have is a thumbnail, and then we go straight to a piece of work. So we have no supporting documentation here. We don't have any PDF. We have nothing explaining the differences between these different packages. And this is a massive mistake. You need to explain this more. You need a supporting document. And what I mean is, like, go to Canva, create a PDF, and just literally showcase to clients like who you are, even on the PDF. Once, like maximum 3 to 4 slides on the PDF. First slide, who you are. Second slide, how this gig works. Tell people in a visual way how it works, what they're going to be expecting, okay? And then also you can add like a PNG here with your previous work because I want to see your previous work straight away. I don't want to have to scroll or for example, come down here to your portfolio. I want to see some of your previous work which is related to this gig immediately, okay? So that is the first thing. Looking for a WordPress website developer design. You're in the right place. Hi, I'm Ali, a professional. Okay, cool. What you'll get. Okay, fantastic. All right, so this is all good. Who is this gig for? Okay, this is nice. Okay, so you are telling people. But for example, if you had a PDF and explained everything in a visual way, it would make life for clients so much easier and it would probably convert a lot more. So this is your next step now, is pretty much just kind of branding yourself and showing people exactly what you've done. Now, if we look at another one of your gigs, let's go to this one. Again, same situation. We have a thumbnail and then we dive straight in, okay? So I want to see some explanation of the gigs. I want to see some evidence. I want to see some previous work right here, okay? And I also want to see a video of you talking to the camera and explaining the process, because this is the logical next step. Now, once you do the video and that branding, the next step after that is actually building out a portfolio, a proper portfolio. We're not talking this rubbish thing on Fiverr because it's pretty useless, to be honest. I want to see a portfolio, an external portfolio, and I want to see you link that portfolio into your description where people can click and immediately see multiple different variations. Maybe you catalog them into, for example, e-commerce landing pages, coaching landing pages, etc. Yeah, so people can click, like if they're into coaching, they can click coaching, they can see relevant landing pages immediately and see what you've done. Okay, this would make life so much easier for a client, and it would sell them straight away. So the biggest thing that's going to sell any client is seeing your work. That's it. Yeah. Whether it's like a before and after situation, if you're like a video editor, or just literally seeing your work of what you can do, that is going to convert clients so much better. So that is what you need to work on right now. And again, spread out your gigs, because again, we are, look, website development, and this last one, we are in website design, website builders design. Okay, so just start spreading yourself out. You've got all of these skills, start creating gigs around these skills, okay? All right, next up, we have Cecilia. 6 years on Fiverr, 1.3K total orders. And she is a video content creator. So again, right in my wheelhouse. So this will be interesting. So about me section, hi, I'm Cecilia. I've been creating UGC video content and voiceovers here on Fiverr for the past 3 years and have amassed over 500 5-star reviews. Why have you signed up for a gig roasting, Cecilia? My number one priority is that your interaction with me is effortless, high quality, and that you leave wanting to come back for more. I also have over 10 years experience in book editing. Okay, why are we mixing? Book editing and UGC? They're a little bit like yin and yang, no? Like very different things going on. But we will see. All right, cool. Not bad. Now, we have quite a few gigs here. So we have voiceover, spokesperson. What is going on here? What is going on there? Let's just click on that one quick. Serious? Like, maybe this catches people's attention. That is not the frozen screen that I would have mine set on. You actually have a thumbnail. Why are you not putting this thumbnail on your video? You stick it at the end of the video for literally half a second, and then once your video is approved by Fiverr, you go to edit your gig, and then you can freeze frame your video on the thumbnail. So I wouldn't see this face, I would actually see your thumbnail. Okay, that's something you definitely need to do. But you know what? Let's just actually watch this. Let's see.
Hello, I'm Cecilia, a 38-year-old mom of 2 and a dog living here in London, UK. I've been creating content for the past 5 years now, and full-time for the past 3 years, along with voiceovers. I've delivered over 1,000 orders to over 700 individual businesses to help brands build genuine connections with their audience.
Okay, so we're 20 seconds into the video, and I'm going to be completely honest. It's a little bit boring, right? You're just like, hey, I'm Cecilia. I've done so many years of experience. I help brands do this and that. It's like, give me something of worth. Yeah, do you understand what I mean? Like, give me something of worth. Give me results. Not talking just about yourself all the time. Give me some interesting results, let's say.
Through relatable and impactful content. I had a baby end of February, and I decided to knuckle down on content for other brands because, if I may say so myself, I do love it and I'm very good at it.
Okay, so I understand your personality, yeah? And this is a great thing about UGC or video content. Everybody is different. So I'm not gonna say that your acting is bad or anything like that, because honestly, there is a market for everybody when it comes to video content. So you have your style, which is cool. But I do not like the way that you are creating this gig video because it is very slow. You're basically, telling people, hey, I had a baby here and then I decided to knuckle down on brands. Like, I don't want your life story. If I'm a brand, like, it might work for some people, but if I'm a brand, I want to know exactly what you can do for me immediately. Yeah. And I just want to see like the impact you can have. You're actually talking about the fact that you create impactful videos. For me, this is not very impactful, right? So why is your gig video not impactful?
From my brightly lit home here near Hyde Park in London, or even near any London landmark, I understand how to craft strong hooks that capture attention quickly and keep viewers engaged. My goal is always...
So not bad. I honestly feel like it does need some work. Let's actually just have a little look at this gig. So the thumbnail is cool. I do like the thumbnail in a way. I think this writing up here, I think the thumbnail could be better. I love how you're using the logos on the thumbnail, especially for these big brands that people understand and know. This is a good way to go. Really is, because it catches people straight away. But for example, expressive UGC videos that result in sales. Look how small that is. Unless I click on your gig, I'm probably not going to see that. Ads that feel like a conversation. But all of this, 400 plus videos created for brands. It's so small and it's just getting lost. I would honestly invest in better thumbnail design. I really would. And you know what? I'm going to give you I'll give you an example. So for example, my partner, yeah, so she does also, she does UGC. We just created her some new thumbnails recently. She should be here somewhere, yeah. So what we did with her thumbnails was, so we went down this route with her thumbnails, as you can see, but on some of them, I think this one, let me just see. Yeah, so we recently created a new thumbnail. So this was the kind of style, big, bold writing, okay, UGC video creator. We also used some logos that who she's worked with as well. But generally, we just wanted to use the big, bold words like UGC video creator. That is the main point. That's exactly what people are looking for. So if we then compare that to, for example, your thumbnail here, there's a lot going on, yeah? I just want to know that you're a video creator and I want to see the brands that you've worked with, okay? That's going to sell me. Here's a lot going on. Here, you know, like some cool little wow effect, opening a box, let's say. But yeah, I would say bigger, bolder, more simplistic. That is the route that I would go down. All right. You're very cheap, $70 for one video with a script as well. So that is very cheap, to be honest. Okay. So yeah, that's very cheap, I would say. You don't offer any revisions, which I would at least offer one. Now, one of the biggest things, apart from your thumbnails, I would honestly rework some of your thumbnails. I feel like, okay, you have a ton of orders. Now, I don't know what equipment you're using, but potentially I feel like you're not fully investing in your skill, or this is now your job, let's say. You're not investing in it. So for example, right here, look at the lighting. I don't believe you're using like professional lighting or anything like that. I guess you're probably using your mobile phone as well. If we look at the next one that you've delivered for a client, if, you know, even this, the positioning of the camera, what is going on up here? What is this, yeah, on the shelf? It's very not thought out, you know, like you could have a nice little plant here or something. Here, you're obviously using a natural light, I believe, from the window. It's a nice setup, yeah, and this is UGC or spokesperson, but okay, for example, here, straight away, is it just me or, okay, maybe it's just me, but your laptop screen looks kind of filthy. Maybe it's not, maybe it's the actual, the screen of the web page, I'm not sure. But even here, for example, look at the headspace up here. You should be much higher in this frame. The laptop is also cut off at the bottom. So generally, the camera should be a little bit lower. So you're making good eye contacts, like it's on the same level, but I kind of feel even these blinds, yeah, the fact is like one blind is down, one blind is up, this blind is down, this little thing over here is draping. There's little thought going into this. So if you're creating videos for brands, you have to think about this when you shoot. There's no reason that you can't create a nice setup. Like even the setup behind me right now, this is a fake wall, yeah? It's literally on wheels. I just turn it around and I've got another design on the back, okay? It probably, I don't know how much it cost me to build. It wasn't crazy expensive, but that is the effort that you kind of need to go into to create something that kind of looks good and professional. And that's going to get you, let's say, different clients. So right now, these videos will attract some clients, but if you want to attract, say, big clients who do have big budgets, we need to level up. And you are making money, so there is no reason why you are not leveling up. Okay, that would be my number one thing. And let's just have a little look at your feedback. Let's see how often you're getting orders. So 1 week ago, $50 to $100.
Want a university degree while keeping a job and commitments with full financial support?
So this was this one, but to be completely honest, the quality of this video, I have to say, isn't that great. Not for somebody at your level, okay? Not for somebody with your experience and at your level. Okay, a voiceover, whilst we have another voiceover, that's cool. And you did a couples one, I believe,
We met on Metal, and honestly, I didn't think much of it at first.
But after our first chat, it felt different, like we'd known each other for years.
It all started with a Spark notification.
Okay, so right here, for example, even the sound. Do you hear the audio? It's very, let's say, dim, a little bit echoey as well. The quality of the audio really isn't there. I honestly think you can level up, and this is where your thinking should be right now. Also, what I did notice, you had a 3-star review from somebody, and your response was not great. So this was 1 year ago, so I'll give you the benefit of a doubt. It was a year ago. One absolutely incompetent buyer. Sellers beware. This is not the feedback you want to be leaving, okay? Because if buyers see this, they will automatically see your attitude towards buyers who leave you 3-star reviews, yeah, or something like that. Like, this is not the kind of professional image that you want to be portraying to other potential buyers. So honestly, right now, you are on a very good point. You're going in a good direction, but I honestly feel like you need to put a little bit more effort into your actual craft, yeah? So into your video creating. You need to be thinking this through a little bit more. You need to be upping the quality, because you already have a ton of gigs. You have a ton of orders. You've been doing this for 6 years. The quality, and I'm trying not to be rude, but the quality of your videos right now, and I know there are plenty of people out there doing similar quality, but the quality of your videos for somebody who's been going for 6 years is somebody who's been going really for maybe a year. Yeah. I would expect for you to be on a completely different level right now. And I think that is generally down to maybe the equipment that you're using. You're not bothering to upgrade as often as you should. You know, you need to be investing some of the money you make back into the equipment that is helping you make this money. You could easily take this whole business to another level. You really could, but you have to put in a little bit more effort, and you have to, you know, create professional setups and start creating professional videos. Because even with professional videos, so just very quickly, this video that you're watching right now, these are the types of videos that I do for clients. Like this background, everything is exactly the types of videos I do for clients. But that brings me different clients to the clients that you're getting, okay? This brings me clients who are actually paying a decent amount of money. So that is what I'd suggest doing right now. Okay, victim number 3, we have Hashebul, I guess is the name. It's a vetted pro, 673 feedback, level 2 seller, so doing very well right now. Hey, I'm not going to butcher your name again. I'm excited to connect with you here on Fiverr. I've been working here since 2018 and now I'm a pro seller. Okay, this is rubbish. Get rid of this. I don't care that you're a pro seller. Nobody cares that you're a pro seller. Nobody cares that you've been working here since 2018. We want to know more about your experience, about what you are giving us, why you are so skilled. So this whole thing here, I'm excited to connect. This whole sentence from here, absolute garbage. You can delete it. There's no point to it, okay? My main area of expertise are email systems. Okay, cool. WordPress and IT support. Nice. Okay, scroll down. These are your thumbnails. And I am sorry, but this is a catastrophe. There's so much going on. There's literally so much going on. There's too much information on these thumbnails that it's not giving people any information, all right? There's so much, it's giving nothing. We're using so many different logos, which we really don't need. We've got a tiny picture of yourself. There's too much going on. Straight away, I would redesign these logos. Again, simplistic, bold, and impactful. These are none of those, all right? Let's click on one of your biggest gigs. So 204 feedback here. Okay, so hey, welcome. I specialize in providing comprehensive assistance to optimize your email deliverable ability. Okay, cool. Okay, thumbnail. And again, nothing. Okay, so similar to Ali, we have no supporting documents right now. There's nothing. And also, if we look at your portfolio here on Fiverr, okay, this is what you've uploaded as a portfolio piece. A screenshot of an email, but it means nothing. Next one. A screenshot of a DNS records pop-up box. It means nothing, right? Like there's no meaning to this at all. It's not showing us any physical thing that you've done. You know, I want to see something a little bit more. Like even this, what's this? What is that? These screenshots are of no relevance or value to any potential buyer, okay? So you need to think about this. Even this one, what is that? You need to think about this. Like, if a buyer is coming on, they want to know that you're good at what you do. And if you can't show them in a visual manner, then they're probably just going to bounce and go to the next person. This is something that you need to do. Let's have a look at another one of your gigs. So let's go for email, verified domains, Google, okay, email migration, go high level domain. Let's see. Okay, nothing here. So the problem with you, and honestly, if you was on my 14-day Accelerator freelancer course, the first thing that I would say is that we need to basically reduce the amount of gigs you have. You've created all of these extra gigs, a lot of them with, let's say, no feedback. Some of them do have feedback. Like you have two options. Either reduce them and work on making the reduced ones better and then slowly expand, or just start from the first gig and just correct them one by one. This is going to take a couple of weeks. Like it really is. It's not going to be a quick fix, but that is what I would say you need to do. Thumbnails, practical portfolios, and practical proof, but just literally go from the first one and work through them one by one, because right now it doesn't look that great. It really doesn't. It's not somebody who has, again, like level 2 vetted pro. For me, this is not a vetted pro experience, okay, when I click onto your profile. That's what I would do. Start at number 1, go through and rework them. Thumbnails, descriptions, biggest thing, portfolio. That is the biggest thing, your portfolio, okay? So there we have it. 3 successful Fiverr sellers still with their own problems, even though they do have a ton of orders and a ton of reviews. But still, there are fixes that can easily be made. And that is the reality of freelancing. You don't just get to a point where you think, okay, yeah, that's good enough, let's leave it like that. No, there's always fixes to be made. And because different things are trending or, you know, different demands are happening, it means that you have to constantly adjust and pivot. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind, and you're going to see that your competition who are joining the platform every single day are going to be looking so much better than what you do. So competition is getting fiercer. You cannot afford to just stay where you are after you create one gig and think, hey, that's it. So there you have it. If you do want to sign up to have your gig roasted, link is in the description. Otherwise, if you are interested in the 14-day Accelerator program, again, links in the description where we'll work together one-on-one, and I will coach you on exactly how to get your Fiverr account up to the level that it should be. Otherwise, on screen right now is last week's gig audit video, which could be worth checking out.